Yuan Bingyan was concealed in the snow? For what reason are there 8 hot ventures on Cheng Yi's live transmission? The acting abilities are not sufficient, however the naming? You couldn't have ever imagined that before Yang Zi featured in Agar Would Is Like Scraps, the first courageous woman of the group ended up being Yuan Bingyan? After Yuan Bingyan and Cheng Yi became famous with Liu Li, Huan Rui maintained that them should cooperate again to film Agar Would Is Like pieces. Be that as it may, during the planning time frame, Yuan Bingyan began to have a claim with Huan Rui due to her moment prevalence, since Yuan Bingyan was in Huan Rui and furthermore settled her very own studio. As a matter of fact, after the Liu Li Yuan Melody Club, Huan Rui's leaders posted that there is a JF between the organization and a craftsman, and this a craftsman alludes to Yuan Bingyan herself. So eventually, when Agar Would Is Like pieces, Yang Zi will be pulled out by Huan Rui to keep on being crushed, and briefly assume the part of the champion, and Yang Zi formally settled his own work after the shooting of Agar Would Is Like Morsel's Rome, totally got away from Huan Rui's paw. In any case, since Yuan Bingyan's NS, her assets have been stale. Indeed, even the female lead jobs that have been set before have now been supplanted, and, surprisingly, the unfamiliar show 2 questions that she got secretly is going to begin. Around then, Huan Rui's difficulty was halted. Eventually, Yuan Bingyan, who had not been recording for quite a while, acknowledged as of now that her arms couldn't bend her thighs, so after cautious thought, she chose to make concessions to Huan Ru, yet she concurred in her studio to share the benefits. At the point when it was given to Huan Rui, the insight about Yuan Bingyan's studio TSALS was uncovered on the web. Yuan Bingyan, who was commended by Huan Rui for some time, was concealed by the organization once more. Cheng Yi was abused? Was really utilized by Yuan Bingyan as an instrument individual? Cheng Yi never felt that he would be hacked as a result of an articulation. At the point when Liu Li was broadcasting in real time, to advance the show, the group straightforwardly asked Cheng Yi and Yuan Bingyan to re-establish the scene in the show during the live transmission kiss scene. Albeit the image is exceptionally sweet and fortunate, and certain individuals even pursued the show due to this clasp, Cheng Yi never believed that he would turn into a device individual. The chief initially requested that they re-establish the kiss scene, however Yuan Bingyan exploited the when Cheng Yi didn't focus, he kissed him straightforwardly. Yet again, truth be told, mindful individuals can observe that Cheng Yi's eyes were alarm around then, yet later Liu Li finished. Once more, Cheng Yi and Yuan Bingyan rejoined, which made Cheng Yi dare not publicity with female stars. Around then, when the two sang the signature melody QR Vile, Cheng Yi was reproved by dark fans due to his situation, and even since Yuan Bingyan was hesitant to bear Liu Li, while the crying pear blossoms brought downpour, the dark fans straightforwardly said that Cheng Yi isn't an honorable man by any means, regardless of whether he need to see or CP, essentially he ought to have a fundamental worry for Yuan Bingyan. Eventually, during the 2-hour live transmission, Cheng Yi was admonished for 8 hot quests, and, surprisingly, dropped 60,000 supporters in a single evening, yet the justification for why Cheng Yi wouldn't even come close to building up with Yuan Bingyan was not just a result of the one during the live transmission. The kiss, and the JF issue between Yuan Bingyan and the organization, after she set up her own organization secretly after the blast, Huan Ru needed to conceal her for some time. Cheng Yi was attempting to keep away from doubt, so he didn't decide to associate. How hopeless is Cheng Yi, that PP kissed multiple times in a kiss scene? Albeit the transmission of Liu Li manhandled and cried endless crowds, yet behind this harmful crying scene, I don't have the foggiest idea the number of containers of eye drops that were humiliated. The crying scene that was profoundly lauded by a Yuan Bingyan studio around then was at long last insulted by these photos, yet in spite of the fact that her acting abilities were not sufficient, her expertise in unloading the pot was brought to the limit. Netizens couldn't have ever envisioned that when Yuan Bingyan was chastened for bombing the crime scene, her studio would accuse the naming entertainers. However, deciding from Qiao Shiai's naming impact for the significant female heroes, it was a direct result of the expansion of naming. Yuan Bingyan's acting abilities don't appear to be pulling her hips to such an extent. Until the overseer of Liu Li came clean in the meeting, Yuan Bingyan's studio wouldn't even come close to keeping on talking, since when the chief was asked which scene had the most eggs, the chief gruffly expressed that it was shooting a scene by Yuan Bingyan. Eventually, it took many movies to pass, and Yuan Bingyan was to tidy up her acting abilities. In the meeting, she said that since she shot too many crime scenes, her eyes were dry to the point that she was unable to cry, so she utilized eye drops, yet she had the option to allow the chief by to exhibit the kiss scene. Isn't she truly tossing the fault at the point when Cheng Yi and Yuan Bingyan were recording the D1 kiss scene? The two kissed the courageous woman multiple times yet couldn't get into the film. After they couldn't see it any longer, the chief straightforwardly pulled the cameraman close to him and showed her that the champion was in the film. The condition of the kiss scene, assuming everybody feels that the male hero of Liu Li isn't Cheng Yi, is there actually any expect this show to detonate? 02. Supplanting Yuan Bingyan. Guo Xiaoting has 3 coordinates with Yang Mi, who was brought into the world as a youngster star and has taken part in frightening bit by bit. Talking about Guo Xiaoting, the supporting entertainer who has performed far superior to the champion in the new television shows The Narrative of the Shark and the Kanglinju, has everybody taken note? From a Shanghai kid star to the present exciting female miscreant, Guo Xiaoting's following stage has not halted. Her replacement is Tu Shanye, the subsequent female lead in Fox Pixie Little Go-Between, and the champion Tu Shenhong. Red's more youthful sister, her magnificence is on par with what Yang Mi's, we should get to rapidly know her more. Youngster star was conceived and acted bit by bit alarming. Guo Xiaoting was brought into the world in Shanghai, China in 1993. She was youthful and charming when she was a kid. She began recording at 5 years old and entered the showbiz at 6 years old with genuine admission. She has for some not entirely set in stone to turn into a fantastic entertainer later on. She is a 2011 entertainer of the Shanghai Theatre Institute, Office, and Ding Lun, Wang Yu, Wang Shasha, and so on are college schoolmates. At 16 years old, he played the 5 harmful monsters in The Legend of Blade and Pixie III featuring Hu Jian, Huo Jianhua, Yang Mi, and Liu Shishi. He is great at treatment, detoxification, and loves profoundly with the host Zhu Jian. At 18 years old, she played the Mongolian region master Min Mingjian Terrified Heart. The destiny of 3 rides with Yang Mi. Guo Xiaoting and Yang Mi are old accomplices. From Zhujian and Jacaranda and The Legend of Sword and Pixie III, and next is Yang Mi's new show Thank You Specialist. Guo Xiaoting plays the supporting entertainer Cheng Yi in the play, and presently in the dramatization Thank You Specialist. Fox Pixie Little Go-Between, Yang Mi plays the courageous woman Tu Shan Huanghong, Guo Xiaoting plays Tu Shan Huanghong's more youthful sister Tu Shanye. This job is the second female after Yuan Bingyan was removed from the group for tax avoidance. In light of the outfit stills and the photographs taken on the spot, Guo Xiaoting is wearing a pixie light blue dress, her skin is superior to snow, her fragile face, winking eyes like silk, and her grin is brilliant and moving. Guo Xiaoting and Yang Mi are currently cooperating for the 3rd time. The great on-set understanding that Shu developed makes the play more separated. The acting abilities of the Tale of the Shark and the Craft of Kanglin detonated. Guo Xiaoting has performed well in the field of television dramatizations lately. This year, she played Ding Xiao and Shun Xianji in the series Delia Reban Renjilan's The Account of the Shark, particularly the pompous and paltry person of Shun Xianji. Extremely beguiling, I never felt that she and Diali Gerber were great lady friends outside the play. There is true Kanglinju, you can likewise see Guo Xiaoting assuming 2 parts, the Red Lady and the Grievous Warren, showing the significant acting abilities that have been in her presentation for a long time. The champion Yu Shuxin. 03. Zhao Lusi's new show Shenyang will begin. The banner made by the rice is charming and red, and the male hero is extremely energizing. I couldn't say whether you have seen that, albeit the 85 blossoms are as yet the top in the beyond 2 years, the 95 blossoms are additionally out of the circle with their works. This year, Yu Shuxin, who cleared the screen with Kanglinju, and Zhao Lusi, who emerged from the circle with We Should Attempt the World and Impressive Stars, are advanced presences in 95 blossoms. Particularly Zhao Lusi, her occurrence of swiping and joining the gathering this year can be known as a model specialist. She is as yet helping out Chen's Heirun on Unfit to Conceal Subtly, and it has been accounted for on the web that she will help out the male god Jingboren in the ensemble work Shen stowed away. Presently it appears to be that this news isn't baseless. Presently the authority WeChat record of Shenin has been laid out, and the set guide of Hengdian has likewise been uncovered. Zhao Lusi's job in the group of Can't Conceal Subtly has been finished, and Jingboren and Tan Songyan have not joined the team subsequent to cooperating in the way back. In light of the time point, there is a high opportunity that the two will team up on this work. Some netizens have made examination pictures of Jingboren and Zhao Lusi's antiquated ensembles. according to the viewpoint of appearance and style, the two actually have a feeling of CP. Despite the fact that Jing Boran's appearance isn't the sort of attractive person who is shocking from the start, yet like some tea, you need to taste it cautiously before you can taste it. Jing Boran has been dynamic in the film circle previously, and has showed up in many works, for example, later Us and Beast Chase, and his acting abilities and status are notable. It was exclusively in the beyond 2 years that I began shooting television. In the first place, I teamed up with Yang Zi on The Female Analyst, then with Toon Weilong on The Instance of Zhangguang, and with Kan Songyan on The Way Back. In the event that he can truly help out Zhao Lusi on Shen Yin, he can say Ruth is a decent gal. Albeit the web-based male hero of this work has forever been Jing Boran, before the authority declaration of the job, everything is obscure. As of late, the fresh insight about the substitution of the male hero of Shen Yin emerged on the web, which truly befuddled individuals who eat melons. The work Shen Yin is adjusted from Xing Ling's unique novel of a similar name. It recounts the narrative of Kuching, the child of the genuine god who has been revered in otherworldly power, and Fen Yin, the new age of persuasive and roused Feng Huang, who met by a mishap and set off to track down Fenggang Xianidun out and about, with the organization of the water-hardening monster Ian, the beast fox Honggai, and the bird princess Yanchuang. They gathered Fenggang Xianidun en route. After numerous hindrances, they over and over crushed the miscreant Kinglin and his subordinates. Hindrance: assist Fenggang with getting back to Nirvana, gather love, fellowship and warmth, keep up with world harmony, and bear the motivational story of the ordinary citizens. As a matter of fact, Shen Yin is completely a development to old. After the transmission of Everlasting Jujin featuring Su Kai and Zhou Donggayu, it got a decent credit. Presently Shen Yin has likewise introduced film and TV, having its own he to Z. In spite of the fact that as yet unclear will be the male lead of Shen Yin, Zhao Lusi didn't take off as the female lead Fen Yin, A.N. The result fan has proactively shared Zhao Lusi's form of the red-dressed banner on friendly stages. Regardless of whether she is credulous and uninformed after her early stage soul is annihilated, when she gets back from Nirvana in the hidden world dressed in red, she is as yet stunning and amazing. From the fan-made banners, we can as of now consider Zhao Lusi's disposition to be Fen Yin. On the off chance that she can escape the circle again with this work, she can effectively enter the initial step of 95 Blossoms. Presently Zhao Lusi holds 2 significant IPs, Unfit Tian Conceal Covertly and Shen. However long the young woman levels up her acting abilities well and swipes less and prefers less, the crowd relationship will be greatly improved. Zhao Lusi's new show Shen Yin will begin. The banner made by the rice is appealing in red, and the male hero is exceptionally energizing. Have you been stunned by the pink banners in red? Welcome to pass on a message in the remark region to examine.